Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to my office. Take a seat, get comfy because we've got a massive episode today. A two-legger. We're playing Leverkusen in the Europa League. Hopefully it's not as tough as the last episode because, yeah, my ass went after that first leg. But we pulled it back. Happy days, and we've still got a chance of winning the trophy, which is pretty cool. Now, I've got a nice announcement to make. You might remember that boy band, Boys Central. Well, in honour of me coming back to Manchester Central, they have reformed into more of what you could call a man group. Yep, they're going back on tour. Hopefully they'll have tickets for sale soon. Absolute bunch of legends, these boys, and hopefully I'll have some messages from them in future episodes. All great lads. Actually all competition winners. And while we're on that, I just want to say congratulations to James, who won the competition in our last episode. I haven't got a picture of him yet. As soon as he sends me a picture, I will show you James in his new shirt. Don't be disheartened if you've never won. I plan on doing a lot more giveaways in the coming weeks. There's a few different things I've got planned, so just keep your eyes out. Got to be in it to win it. Hopefully you'll keep on entering because it is a bit of fun. And I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate it when you smash that like button. Hashtag help a Bood out. Come on boys. Also, if you are new, feel free to subscribe. And don't forget, hit the notification bell. And you will never miss anything to do because you don't want to do that, do you? No. Right, let's get out of this office. Let's get stuck into this schnizzle. Well then, there's only been 2 games since the last episode. And the first one, we played Swansea in the Premier League and we beat them 3-0. We're just playing really well, especially in the Prem. Honestly, I'm getting that feeling when you start to think already, we can't be beaten. On our day, we cannot be beaten. Had way more chances, way more possession. 3 goals. Kempfit scored, my right winger. Maida scored, and Lammers scored as well. Now this is my favourite game since I've come back to Manchester Central for a few reasons. One, it's Manchester City, they're one of the best teams in the game. They've got some of the best players on the game. 2, we're away from home at the Etihad. 3, we kept a freaking clean sheet. Do you know what I mean? And mainly because they were one of our rivals, one of the initial teams that ruined our club's future. So to be back there and beating City was fantastic. Lammers scored again. I mean, he's cost me money, don't get me wrong. It cost me 40 million quid. He's 21 years old and he's already very good. So here we are with the Premier League, and it shows you how important that City victory was. Because City are top of the league and they're clear by 4 points. We're now 6th. Now, they were around here, Central, when I was really starting to panic and think, when are they going to sack Roger Smith, right? He did win 2 games before they sacked him. His last 2 games he won. I think they were 15th when I took over, right? We have gone up here. I haven't been beaten, right? Not in the league. Got beaten in Europe. I've not been beaten since we've come back. And I like to think it's not just because I'm a human and they were computer AI, because a computer manager could have come in and done just as well. This is a good team I left, and they're still a good team. They've sold some good players, but they've still brought in good players. They're a team that can challenge for a Premier League title, right? And I'm starting to think now, we're not going to challenge for a Premier League, but I think we could now get in the Champions League spot because Chelsea are in 4th on 48 and we're on 46. Now first up, we've got a bit of injury news. It's nothing major, he's not out for a long time. He's only cut his leg, I don't know why that stops him playing. Stick a plaster on it, Ian. But Ian Moss, our best central midfielder, isn't going to be able to play in the first leg. Hopefully he should prepare for the next freaking leg. Let's look at the squad, and it's arranged by average rating. We'll check in on who's doing the business for me because I've had a lot of good players so far since I've come back. Top guy is Niels Kempf, right? And I think he's upped his game because Lemmers has come in and he's having to share his spot now because that Lemmers is pretty good. But he's never been a world beat. He's never been like, he hasn't got 1 green, so he's got nothing on 18 or above. But he's pretty quick. His crossing 17, his technique 16, his first touch is 15, but it must just be his all-round game because look at his star ratings. Edison Gamma. I really do like Edison Gamma. I mean, again, he's just a really good player. Brazilian, played 50 caps now. Scores a goal every other game for Brazil. And you might remember he played for Bournemouth. We snapped him up from Bournemouth because I'd never even heard of him that season. And I think he got to the end of the year. And it might have been a year where Shelley did well. I think Shelley was top goal scorer in the Premier League. And Gamma was 2nd at Bournemouth. And I'd look at him and thought, wow. And he's just got better. He has got better. I mean, he can cover out on the wings and even then he can do a job because he can cross a ball. If we have a look at number 3, it's actually my right back. Now, I was gutted. When I first saw that they'd sold Bissot, I was gutted. But they've brought in some right backs, almost Tessic, who have sold to Chinese team. We've got Jensen's who's really good, he's just old. But then we've got this kid, his tackling ain't great. I don't like 13 for tackling for me. I think Premier League, you want at least minimum 15. So I'm working on that. Don't know if it's going to improve. It's his physicals. He's just a really, really good player. Lewis Foreman, who they were on the transfer list. Now Lewis, bless him, he's not the best midfielder in the world. But Lewis came through our academy. He's never been anywhere else but Central. He's done it all with us. And I just feel like you need that kind of player. Because whenever he comes on for me, I think he does a job. I always think he does a job for me. I really do. His average rating in the Premier League is 7.3. Should we check in on the dynamics? I don't think we've done that since I've come back. And I really like this. I've said it in the past. I really like this, especially in a long-term save and the players are really on your side. I really think this has helped us. If you've watched all the series, the old series as well, you'll know there was times when I think, because we were such a good group of friends and they had my back, we dragged ourselves through the leagues. Now if we go into the pyramid of love, as I call it, you'll notice the computer has again changed me. It keeps doing this. Sometimes I'm a bald black man, like I am at the minute. Sometimes I'm a bald white man. Does it do that to you? It does it all the time. Watch, let's click on me. Look, I'm a bald black man. No offence. I look quite handsome. Let's click on me though. You click on this, now watch. There we go, back to normal. It does it all the time. Anyway, let's click on me. Now, the whole team doesn't support me. 9 players supported me. Only 4 supported me when I came back originally. Which kind of surprises me. This is something I think they could change because I've been at the club already. Surely. The ones who had me back when I used to be here would just have me back straight away. Well, this isn't as good as it used to be. You might remember on the old series, we had that massive group, didn't we? The core group is still together, but obviously we've had some new guys here. I would like, this is another idea for FM18. I'm full of them in a minute. One of them is like team bonding sessions. I want to improve. If this is a feature, I want to be able to improve it and I can. I've just got to hope for the best, which I think is bullshit. I should be able to take them on, like they do in real life, when there's a break. If I've still got 15 players who are on international duty, can't we go to Spain on a training camp session, bonding session? Can't I take them paintballing or something? I think that should be a feature for FM19. Now the club might have been down the bottom, but the expectations are still high. Not in the league, because obviously I reckon they probably were at the start of the season. But when I came in, they were down the bottom. So when I had my interview, he said, where do you think you want us to be? And I just went for mid-table. Because I think that was the highest, which is stupid really for a club like Manchester Central. So we're alright in the Premier League, I'm not worried about that. But the Cups put some pressure on me here. But they want me to get to the FA Cup final and the Europa League final. Now I won't lie, I'd love to win them both. Because I've never won them, it's another tick on the chart of trophies. But I just want to win something. I think it'd be fantastic for me, for the club, for the series. I think a cup final would be fantastic. So I will be trying my hardest. I promise you. One thing I am massively worried about though is our money, our financial situation. I've still got 80 million to spend. We've only actually got 18. Now I did originally say I wasn't going to spend it and I was going to do other stuff, and I have spent a lot. We did bring in a lot as well. But I'm hoping end of the year we get the new money in. Hopefully we won't get banned from Europe because I'm worried about that big red block you'll see at the bottom over there. And we'll get some injection of some kind of cash from somewhere because my chairman hasn't got any money. He is a chairman of a non-league team, remember, that I have dragged through the leagues. Right then, let's get into the first live com against Leverkusen, and we are going to be away from home. Hopefully, we don't do a repeat of the last episode and get spanked in that first leg and just make it harder for ourselves. I'd like to get a good job done. 1-0, even a 1-1. I don't want to have this huge hill because I always believe it. When we go back to the Subret the most iconic stadium in Manchester, I think would be anyone. Here we are with the match preview. We're away from home, you know that. We're Bucky's favourites, we're in the best form. It might actually rain as well, and you know I love a bit of rain. I think this is going to be freaking awesome. I really got a bit of belief that we're going to do a job this time.
Hello, Boot. Thank you for talking to us today. Just a few questions.
Yep, go ahead.
You are here away in Germany again for the first leg of a tough Euro tie. Do you expect it to be easier or harder this time round?
Well, I mean, I think a few people have been saying it should be easy. I think you even mentioned that in your column in the paper. But I don't think it is. A German teams are always well organised. They always play very well, play good football. And right, they were so-called smaller team than Dortmund, but they've got further than Dortmund. so we shouldn't take it lightly. I mean, we kind of thought we'd do really well against Dortmund, and look what they did to us in the first leg. We were very lucky to get through in the last round, and we need to not take anything for granted, and we need to go at this team like they're the best team in the world and prepare, and hopefully we can get through into the next round.
There is a real feeling amongst the fans and my fellow journalists that the old central magic is returning. Do you agree? And are you and your players listening to all the hype?
It'd be hard not to say. The old magic's returned. I don't think it's like magic. It's basically we just work together as a team. I've got me and my assistant manager have got a great relationship. Me and Kyle Lord work together so well. A lot of the squad's our squad, guys we brought through ourselves, and we just work together. And when you're happy at work, you work harder. And I just think the last manager was a bit of like a dictator. Didn't really communicate with the players. Treated them like, you know, staff, not like friends. And I think really the atmosphere we have here at Central, with the fans and everybody, we're a family. Everyone, we are Central, and that is key. And I think they're a world-class squad still. They're a team that should be challenging for the Premier League. People forgot that when they were down in the bottom. But I think we're showing everyone that we are the old Central again, yeah.
Finally, Bird, news has recently broken that you have fathered a secret love child with my Sky Sports colleague, Mank Seven's current wife, something she is denying. Do you have any comments on this situation?
Look, this woman, right, is always hanging about. She comes every time Mank 7 interviews me, she's here, right? People have said the kid looks like me. Have you seen a picture of that kid? No way does that child look like me. I would never, ever have slept with her. Plus, Mank 7's a very close friend of mine. I'm not an horrible person. That is definitely not my child. Can you please stop talking about it? Thanks. Right then, here we are with the team lineups. Labras is starting, obviously. Ian Moss has got a cut on his knee. I've got Chalky playing today. Lammers is going to play instead of Kemp as well. I've also playing Robbo, my young left back, because I think he's been playing better. Han Solo and Colorado playing. No Esquitini today, unfortunately, but I'm struggling to fit him in. Right then, I'm hoping we do a job here because they've got a lot of real players still, which hopefully means they're a freaking old team. But I was quite calm in the first leg in the last one. I'm not going to be this time. I'm going to say teams such as ours should be winning it. They've all listened to me. Han Solo is motivated. Let's do it. Alright, come on, Central. I love these European nights. I miss the Champions League, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I can't do anything about that. It's not my fault we're in the Europa League. But hopefully, this is our only year in the Europa League, which means it's our one only chance to win it. I don't know what that was. It's raining. That's a bonus. Right, it's a corner. So the keeper did not keep it in. Happy days. Chalky to take it. Pings it out to the end. I wish he'd just hit that first time, Santa Cruz, because he can do that. Right, must have took a deflection. Another corner, a lot of early pressure. Only a minute gone. Exactly the same corner. It's exactly the same. What are you doing? What was that? That is just a waste. Yeah, so thank you to all the people who are supporting this series again. And I love it. I know a lot of you guys love it as well, so I really do appreciate it. Because like I always say, without you, I wouldn't do it. Without any of you guys, I wouldn't do this. None of us would do this. And I really do love doing what I do. I am nearly on 4,000 subs. So if you've got a friend who watches content, or your wife's got a YouTube account, just sub to me. Sneakily get her to subscribe to me. Let's get to 4K. So yeah, first half's nearly over, and apart from that first minute, now it's happened, which, to be fair, isn't always a bad thing, because if nothing happens, at least they're not scoring a goal. And we are edging the game, I'd say, from what I can see from the stats. Here we go, free kick in the 42nd minute. It's been 40 minutes since we've had a highlight, and that was a decent chance, and two good saves. Two really good saves from their keeper. Putting the pressure on though. Oh man, I'm getting done here on the counter. Just crunching, well done, well done. Right, well not well done. Han Solo did that tackle, he's already on a yellow. I think we're going to go down to 10 minutes. I think this is shit street. Yep, we're obviously we've gone down to 10 men, so I've actually changed my tactic. Now if you've watched a one-off episode I did recently, it was called Booed in the Hood 2. Booed in the Hood was my series from last year with Huddersfield. With Booed in the Hood, it was a challenge I've made called the Sam Allardyce Challenge. We're on holiday to the 1st of December, and I took over the team at the bottom of the Premier League and tried to keep them in the league. That team was Huddersfield, hence booed in the hood too. And I didn't have any strikers, so I made a new tactic. So I switched to that. They've been training in it, they're familiar with it. It's just missing the guy in the hole here. So it's half time. It's not got a plan, don't get me wrong, we've got 10 men. I think we can still do something. I think we've still got a goal in us. I'm not going to be serious with them here because there's only 10 of them. Come on lads, we're a man down, but we can get a result. And I mean a draw. I'd take a 0-0 here, mate. Right, they've kicked off the second half. I do love this game. I love this game so much. How much do you love this game? When did you get into it? If you can be bothered commenting down below, tell me your Football Manager story. What was your first game? What did you love about it? Why do you play this game? Because most of the people I know hate it. They don't understand it. They say it's just numbers and words. There's no gaming, but there's so much more to it than just like FIFA playing a joypad. Here's Leverkusen on the attack and they've scored. Andre Silva. We've poor defended us there. Poor defending, man. Robbo to Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz to Reynard. Puts it through to Gamma. Gamma, we need better finishing from you. Right, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring Lammers off because he's not in the best game. And we're going to bring Kempf on. A bit of Kempf magic. Don't let him score another. Don't let him score another. Right, I'm bringing Maida on. Freshen it up last 10 minutes up top. Not as bad as 3-1 like it was against Dortmund. I just wish we were better away from home. It's like play away from home in Europe and we crap. Go to the Premier League and we beat Man City. Don't make any sense. Right, we've got a corner in the 94th minute and it was wasted. Right, that's it, full time. We did spend half the game with 10 men. Pretty even statistically. 1-0. So we're not out of it yet, but I do feel a little bit deflated. Can't shout at him, I don't think. I'm going to be calm and just say I can't fault you for your performance. It's just one of those days, and at least that's boosted us, eh? Right then, just like the last episode, and like one of my subscribers pointed out, we've got a Leicester European sandwich. You might remember in the last episode, I had to play Leicester in the FA Cup and we beat them 5-0. Well, I've got to play Leicester in the Premier League. So I'm going to play that game. I'll see you in a sec. And then, unlike the FA Cup, it wasn't a walk in the park. It was quite a tough game. We had double the chances. We had 10% more of the ball, but it was really hard to freaking get the goal. We got one early, don't get me wrong, but then I thought the floodgates would open again. And they didn't. They played pretty well. Here we are with the Premier League after that one game against Leicester. And we are 5th. Got 8 games to go. We're only a point away from the Champions League spot. This is on now. This is on. I am getting even more excited now because I didn't think we'd get a Champions League spot. I didn't think we'd be this freaking good in the Premier League. We just need to translate this form into Europe. Hopefully we can do it today at the Super. Right, the match preview. They're in better form. Fair enough. We are the bookies' favourites again. And it's going to rain again. Always rains in Manchester. It nearly always rains. I like playing wet football. I love that when it's wet and you can just proper slide and put a proper challenge in.
Hello Brian, thank you for speaking to us today. We are happy to hear that you and the lads from Boys Central are reforming for a one-off concert at the Sabret Dalton Stadium. Are you happy to be back?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I've been missing football for a long time now, so we thought with Big coming back, there's a feel-good factor about it again. It seemed like a really good time to come back for a one-off concert. To have it at the Sabret Dalton was an absolute dream come true, but I've got to run. I'm in the executive box with Jesus and Boy George. Jesus got 2,000 years of a domo, burning a hole in his pocket. Drinks are on him.
Right, welcome to the Sabret Dalton Stadium. Lovely wet night in Manchester. The team I've picked is almost the same. Ian Moss is not fully fit. That cut on his leg is still affecting him. Right, and also time to get serious, man. Serious. I know a lot of you have been keen to avenge what happened. I like that. Right, here we come. Come on! I freaking love this. Right, the lights are on and they're kicking off. Let's show them, man. Let's freaking show them. Why have we been so good in the league and then we're going away to these teams, especially in Germany, and getting beat? Don't know. Don't want them to score an early goal. Well done. He's such a good player, him. Why did City want to sell him? Well, I know why. They've got some good players, but he's bloody brilliant. Anyway, Chalky. Right into the danger zone, right to someone's head, and nearly a goal. I like their kit, to be fair. Oh, well done. Love it. Good bit of defending. He's a big defender. I like big defenders. Right, here's Santa Cruz, charging forward. His lovely yellow boots just lets the ball leave his feet. That's brilliant football. Brilliant football. But Chalky, he's nicked it back. Pings it over to Janssens, the old right back. He gives it over to, I can't say his name. Lovely cross, nearly scores. We need to lead the Buzzy B. Better be charging up and down that freaking sideline, getting this crowd pumped up. That's what I'm paying his money to do. Yeah, also, if any of you ever buy a shirt off your own back, thank you, because the club needs every penny you can get. Lammers is injured, you might have to come off at half time. But send me a picture of you wearing it, and I'll show everyone how cool you look in a future episode. Wasn't paying attention, but I did see it. Edison Gamma nicked the ball, scores a goal, we're back in it. Yeah, that was shocking. Keeper threw it out. Defender's running off, he's give it him, it's just hit the back of his heel, bounced to Gamma, and Gamma's hit it in. That's two weird goals we've had recently. Do you remember the last one? When the keeper threw it at Mark Shelley's balls and it bounced in the net. Right, it's our time, lads, and we are dominating this. It's time to score some goals, and look at the soubrette. I love the soubrette. Firstly, Lammers for Kempf. That's a given. Again, I'm going to be deadly serious and I'm going to say keep it going out there. You can still win this. I'd like a bit more green, but you know what? I've got faith in my lads. Right, kick off the second half here at the Soubrette Dalton. If you're wondering why it's called the Soubrette Dalton, because you knew, when the series first started, we had a regen striker, the first superstar of Manchester Central, who dragged us out of the non-league. Here we go. Here we go. Get in! Edison Gamma. He dragged us through the non-league into the league, until about League One. And then obviously we had to move on from him, but he was brilliant. Scored like 100 goals bang on for the club. And he was our first hero. So when it came to us naming the stadium, at the time I think it was just him and the chairman who were classed as legends. And the computer luckily picked him. Now one thing we found out was, because I'd nicknamed him bring on Kempf, he's showing me that he should have started. Like I was saying, I nicknamed him Soubrette Dalton because he was so good. Now the computer called the stadium the Soubrette Dalton. Now you can't change that. So if you nickname a player Ballbag and he becomes a legend and they name a stadium, they'll name it Ballbag. I did try to change his name to see if his name changed or the stadium's name changed, but it won't do that. Which was unfortunate because we could have some comedy names for the stadium. I could have changed the stadium's name. I did think about this every year for one of you guys. Oh, nearly. So every year you could have had a competition, and that year it could have been sponsored by you. So it could have been called the Satan's Reject Stadium. He's one of my subscribers. I'm making two changes, give some guys a game, last 10 minutes. Foreman's coming on, and so is Alonso. Yeah, seriously, I'm happy. We needed 3 goals. It's like we're doing what we need at home, just in case they'd scored. So I'm happy. It's like we're so good in Soubrette Dalton, we're so good at home in Europe. I'm just worried that, I don't know, next round you get a bigger team and you slip up that first leg. Knackered, absolutely knackered. Here's Shelley. Come on, what was he doing then? I don't know, but it's a penalty. We've missed our last 3 penalties. 2 of Shelley's and Gamma's missed one. And Gamma's taking this one. He scored it. A free kick at the death for Leverkusen. Floats it into danger zone. Easy for O'Donnell. The referee should be blowing his whistle now. It's well over injury time here. Well over. And there you go. Full time here at Soubrette Dalton. Job done. 4-0. Should have been 5. Dominated it. Right, again, as always, when we have a fantastic performance, I'm going to be passionate and say I'm very pleased. Get quite a bit of green. We build that momentum up. Let's find out who we've got in the next round. Here we go. And it's the draw for the quarter-final. Shit is getting real now. We've got Monaco, Chelsea, Inter Milan are still in as well. Good teams. We've got Pacos Ferreira, whatever they call from Portugal. Basel. I can't lie, I'd like one of them. Let's just make it as easy as possible. Knowing now though, we're going to get Milan. Right, let's find out. We've got Pacos Ferreira. Who the fuck are they? I don't know. But happy days, man. Surely that's a guaranteed spot in the semis. Episode 5. Now, I do actually know who they are. I've played it before. I'm joking. I was just joking because they are a pretty random team. But the worst team left, weren't they? But I want to carry on this European journey. I like doing a double live com. It's a bit of fun. Thank you, as always, for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe and also hit the notification bell. You'll never miss an episode. And yeah, this story keeps on going. And do you know what? What started off as thinking we're in a bad position, we can end this season with a trophy, with 2 trophies, and a top 4 position, which is pretty amazing. Hopefully you'll join me for the next episode. I've been Booed. As always, you've been absolutely amazing. I love you. Long time. See you next time.